Hello, everyone, and welcome to a little bit later edition of the Friday Night Frenzy. I'm Nick Gibson, and joining me tonight is a very special player. Welcome, Lady Plays.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, how you doing? So a little bit
I'm
of
good.
explanation about. Oh, sorry about that. So a little bit of explanation while we're starting so late. I got new windows put in, and um, I'm not going to be running my cam for a while. But let me just kind of show you. I'm in a freaking fucking like camping chair right now, and then like I got new windows. So yeah, it's a thing. So gonna be stopping my cam because I just wanted to kind of show you guys. So yeah, that's kind of why we're stopping late. I do apologize, but tonight's gonna be a good night. I think I can feel it. So how you doing, Palladium?
I'm well, thank you.
Yeah. So what you been up to?
Well, I've been doing Gotham Knights content
Hmm.
heavily. IGN posted a video. Um, posted a video like yesterday. I did a ranking video. I did a two reaction videos as well. Got them out.
Nice.
So
How've those been working out for you?
they were good. One was the Red Hood trailer, character trailer, which came out 2 days ago, and then I posted my new Gotham Sea open world gameplay and a deep dive video, which I just I just reacted to what IGN posted,
Hmm.
and now I didn't decide to do a thumbnail for that because I got too lazy and it was very late for me.
Yeah. It's always kind of sucks when you miss a curve a little bit.
Yeah.
So, like, speaking of stuff that's been popping off, what do you think about the continued Ezra saga?
Oh, big news! They're changing the
Well,
ending.
yeah, and there's kind of rumors that they might be scrapping it all together. Now, this is
No,
the top.
they're not. They're not scrapping it though. That's the thing.
Hmm,
From what I've heard, is they're gonna continue on going with where they're going, but they're gonna change the ending entirely.
as in, it's not. As in, like they're gonna waste their one flashpoint on not changing the universe.
1 second. Yeah. So it's not gonna be like um, you know how in the old, basically, you remember when the test audience came out, they said, "Oh, Keaton was gonna be the ending of the film. He was gonna enter in the new DCEU." That's not happening anymore. That's out the window. The whole thing has been scrapped.
Are
So,
you saying the
and
bat flew out the window?
yeah, basically that Batman's out the window now. So not gonna have Michael Keaton's Batman. Instead, it's gonna be more focusing on Ben Affleck's Batman, and that's what
As
they're
it should
focusing
be.
on, as it should be. Yes. Um, but from
So,
what
so
going,
basically, I got a reaction from people.
Nice.
you got me
Yeah,
there.
I haven't busted that one out in a while.
But yeah, so it's gonna be big. We've got
Hmm.
big things coming for the DCEU. Now there was an article posted by Variety in regards to WB Games,
Uh huh.
and let me find the tweet. It
Do
said,
you need to share your screen?
no, no, I don't. It says under
Okay.
Warner Brothers Discovery, it's more important than ever to WB Games' upcoming titles to bring up sales and restore some value in Warner's IP.
Okay.
So that is pretty big coming from Variety.
Yeah, it seems like everything is coming up Millhouse.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to be getting some more DC games.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, pretty sweet. So, how are you enjoying multiverses?
I've been enjoying multiverses a lot. I've been playing. I played that today. I just came across too many Finns. Finns are just OP in the game. I've already beaten the battle pass almost as well.
Oh, nice! Wow. Yeah, I haven't been playing as much as I have been, but like what I have played, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the Wonder Woman gameplay. That's one of my favorite probably so far.
Hmm.
Yeah. So what do you feel like for the future of this game? Do you think it's got legs? Do you think it'll just be kind of like a player of the month? What are you feeling?
Can I be quite frankly honest with you? I think that I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a great game. And if you don't know this, season 1 of Multiverses starts next week.
Nice. Now, is this going to be a free to play game, or is it like you have to buy to play?
Free to play.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Battle passes, you have to pay for the battle pass.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the model, but yeah. So. So the other thing that we kind of planned to talk about was Power Rangers. So what's your kind of experience with Power Rangers? Like where did you kind of first experience it? Where did you kind of dip off, and then like what's your memories of that?
Power Rangers, oh, what can I say? Power Rangers started off in the 90s, really. I grew up with the show,
Mm-hmm.
early 90s. I was a huge Power Rangers fan. I went to the live shows. There was a lot of things I dive into, especially um, like I didn't get any of the games. I got a lot of the toys. Took pictures of the Rangers. Had VIP tickets, so I was able to go behind the curtains. I took pictures with the Rangers and all that jazz and all that goodness. So I was very grateful
Nice.
for that. My favorite season, obviously, is Mighty Morphin. I grew up with that, and it still is to this day. Nothing can top that at the moment.
Time
Nothing
Force
does.
called. They say you're wrong.
No, 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 no. I know you're gonna bring that up now.
So, so I got something pretty special to show you guys. This was Great Lakes Comic Con 2014. Sorry for the potato camera quality. It's literally like an iPod Touch 3 or whatever. But yeah, this is pretty special. Oh, I had sound off. Okay.
Instructions from the pro. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. It's Morphin time! Triceratops! Saber-tooth tiger! Triceratops again!
Yeah, so Karen Ashley, she is such a great woman. Like she was so generous, so giving. I'm a Blue Ranger guy, so like meeting David Yost is kind of like a highlight. He was kind of a dick. Like he actually didn't even want to take the video. Karen had to like convince him, but overall, I think this was a good experience. You know, like I got to morph with 2 of the OGs. I mean, seriously, you know, like
Yeah. For me, like having a pictures with all the 6 Rangers, including the White Ranger back in the day, that was great. Like
yeah.
it was no Jason David Frank, no Austin St. John, none of that. It was just the people that do the fight scenes in the suit. That's how
Oh,
cool it was for me.
nice. Have you ever thought about like buying like a replica costume from like some of those people?
No, no,
You
too
know how
expensive,
expensive they.
too
Yeah.
expensive, too expensive, and I'm not heavily invested as I used to be in Power Rangers. Like nowadays, the only thing I probably would play is Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, which is a fighting
Yeah,
three
that's
v
actually
three.
yeah, that game actually isn't too bad. But like, you want to see like how much a good Power Ranger costume will run you?
A
So
thousand.
yeah, so Nikki is like the maker of Power Ranger costumes. Like he even like you know how when Power Ranger actors when it's like get a picture with the Green Ranger in their suit, and Nikki makes the suits for the Power Ranger actors. So these are like as professional grade, you know. And to be honest, they do look good. Like, these suits actually do look pretty good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you get what you pay for, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, like, honestly, I like, if I had the money, I would so commission, one of these suits, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But yeah, what Power Ranger episodes would you kind of consider to be your favorite?
Forever Red.
Yeah, that is a good one. Hey, D Rhino, how you doing? We're just kind of chatting Power Rangers here. What's your favorite episode, Ranger, whatever and whatnot?
Mine or Rhino's?
Both of you guys.
Okay, mine's favorite Ranger has always been Jason. The Red Ranger is always Bill, and to the day I die, Red Ranger, Jason, hands down. Favorite episode Forever Red purely because it was American based episode. There was no Sentai footage used in it, and strictly a lot of fight action choreography looked amazing in that
Yeah,
episode.
and it's like you get like that, once in a lifetime kind of thing, which
Yeah.
I'm stalling for time right now because I'm doing something. All right.
Best episode ever.
Well, what are we waiting for?
This
Let's
thing.
do it, guys. Morphin time!
Yes.
Rhinosaurus! Mighty Morphin Power Rangers! Morphin time! Red Seal Ranger! Ah! Shifting the turbo! Red Turbo Ranger! Yeah! Let's rock!
Yes.
So, did you ever see like the Ninja Steel episode?
Yes. Didn't like
Okay.
it that much.
Really? Why not?
The choreography wasn't there. There was no choreography whatsoever. It was more dramatic than fighting scenes. And it was all about Tommy as well. I'm just like, oh boy, here we go again.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, It's like, it's like some really good scenes. And it's like the Super Mega Force thing, I thought
Super
it was,
Megaforce as well. Super Megaforce had a really bad time as well.
Wait, there's more?
yeah. I mean, this is basically the ripping off the Sentai, but like,
Who are they?
No, it's not only that.
And Zio. Look, I see two. Incredible.
Okay,
The-
so
Galaxy.
there's a bit of a continuity problem
Go on.
where, so with Zio, you see how they're missing Zio Red.
Yeah.
But like for Turbo, they have the Red Ranger, and yet when you see here's the problem. TJ is the blue Space Ranger in this episode. So,
Yes.
see, the fan theory is it's the Robot Rangers because there actually were robot Turbo Rangers, which it's very much. I mean, it within the fandom, I actually do believe it, but like they weren't thinking of that. They weren't thinking of that.
No, they weren't.
Lost Galaxy! Sick Force?
And you got to remember, within this episode, only a handful of Rangers came back. Not even all of them.
Yeah. The thing, the big problem with that is you had to fly them all to New Zealand, so it's a lot easier to have them drive out to California, than it is to fly them out to New Zealand. So it is kind of an expense
And you know how
there.
much they got paid?
And that fucking helmet is wrong. Sorry, I'm sorry.
You know how much they got paid?
Actually, fun fact. So Wes, the Time Force Ranger who's in here, actually was at a con. I think it was like right before he went out to film this, or it was like right after. And actually talked to him about this, and he said to me straight up, "I am getting paid well." He looked me straight in the eye and said it, and I'm sorry, but like I'm gonna believe what he says because like that I
It wasn't the actors who got offered to come back didn't get much to paid. Like the lesser known favorites didn't get offered that much.
Well, Wes is a favorite, so I can see
So
him getting paid well. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Jason.
Like Time
Jason
Force
Bond.
is a very Time Force is a very well received season, so it's like and
Yeah.
he's so him getting
Yeah, but it's like I said. From what I've
I'm just surprised they got Danny Slavens to come back because like he's been so resistant. Plus he's a lawyer, so he makes good money. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just surprised.
Yeah.
But you want to know like one of my favorite Power Ranger moments is where it's like Power Rangers gets real for a moment.
Go on.
I'm just showing clips. It's just we're kind of talking about like some of my favorite moments. Being stupid. All right, just reload the page, I guess. What are some of your favorite Power Ranger moments?
Well, my favorite moment in Power Rangers in Mighty Morphin has to be obviously when Tommy transferred the shield, the dragon powers to Dragon Zord power to Jason, and when they faced off against Cardiotron, and he summoned the Dragon Zord power, it was amazing. That just brings back that remembering that I was just like,
yeah, I remember they actually like made that into like an album, where it's like kind of like rock music and like it's actually pretty epic.
yeah. And here's the funny thing too. Fun fact. Fun fact about Power Rangers is that Mighty Morphin had more than 60 episodes.
Oh, it had way more.
Yeah.
Like there's more than 60 episodes in season 1 alone.
Yeah. And nowadays it's only like you get 40 episodes.
Well, you got to realize back then, kids shows were made to be shown 5 days a week. That's why Green with Evil was able to work because like it was 5 episodes, but it played out every day. So and it's like the reason why Green with Evil works so well is because like every day, like it would happen because like oftentimes Power Rangers played before school. So like kids would go to school, they wake up before school, watch Power Rangers, and then on the playground they talk about the latest episode of Green with Evil and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is this is from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. They actually killed off a ranger.
And you know the reason behind that? You want to know the reason?
Yeah, because she had leukemia. Thankfully, she made a full recovery.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like it made the storytelling even better because did you know that originally Patricia Jolie, the Pink Space Ranger, was supposed to come back? That's why they did the whole crossover in the begin with. And like in the end, in the final scene, like he says, "Oh, I wish I could do something about it." But like apparently they had a falling out, and they didn't. But they actually, I think it made the storytelling better because then they brought back Corone, and they actually gave her a redemption arc. And like I actually think that made for an even better storyline where it's like former villain becoming a ranger and kind of redeeming yourself. Like I think that makes for really great storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Corone, aka Astronema, and whatnot. Like In Space is one of my favorite seasons. Like the death of Zordon is a heart wrenching scene.
Yeah, definitely. 110%. It's crazy. Power Rangers is just it fan grew. It's lasted 3 generations. You got to think about it. 3 generations of Power Ranger fans. 90s,
Yeah.
2000s, 2010s. Now we're in the
There's
20s.
now we're getting on to a 4th generation almost, if you think about it.
Not really, because they're ending it this season. This year is next year is the last year.
I don't think they're gonna stop doing the show. I mean, it's too much of a money train.
No, they're stopping the show. Confirmed. They're not
Well, I
doing
mean,
after season 30. There's not going to be there's not going to be a season 31.
well, they're gonna be doing something.
So
Like,
season 30. So season 30 essentially is going to be a shorter season, but longer episodes, 40-minute episodes.
are they finally gonna do like? Honestly, I think if the comics have proved anything, is that Power Rangers is ready for more mature style storytelling. I think the comics
Yeah.
have proved that the audience is ready for it. Like I would love to see a live action Netflix style Shattered Grid and bring back as many of the original Rangers as possible. That would be so.
Well, they're
freaking
doing
cool.
a mature. Here's the fun fact: they are making a mature Power Rangers, and Jonathan in Twitchy is actually making it.
Who is it?
Jonathan in I can't pronounce his surname, but his first name is Jonathan, and it's going to be more mature side of Power Rangers.
Is he one of the High Am Saban people?
Not Saban. He's more of the high end of Hasbro type of thing or E1 type of
Okay,
thing.
because
Uh,
I know there's is it like a TSZ kind of name? Because like because he
yeah.
ran a lot of the Neo Saban seasons, and those were like some of the worst seasons. So I'm
No,
kind of
no,
worried.
it's not Jonathan Chazra. No, it's not him. It's
Okay,
not him.
Is Judd Lynn involved?
No, not from what I've heard. No.
Yeah, because Judd Lynn is he's probably honestly I'd say Judd Lynn is probably the Dave Filoni of Power
So,
Rangers.
so if you think about it like this, right? Um, from what I've heard from other content creators that actually talk about Power Rangers, they're basically saying season 30 is the big ending to the kids Power Rangers version. So from 1993 to 2023, a good 30-year seasons there. But after that, it's going to be new universe, not connected to the old universe. There's
So they're
also
gonna do like I heard they're gonna do like an animated like CG animated kind of reboot starting with Mighty Morphin.
no, they're doing something different, completely different. Also, there's the whole what's his name, David Yost, Power Rangers Quantum Continuum. David Yost has made scripts about that as well. That's
I mean,
something.
it's easy to write scripts, you know. I
I
don't know. I
mean,
just feel like Power Rangers has such a rich history of like characters and teams that like only really the comics has really tapped into some of that potential storytelling potential.
I mean, here's like what David Yost has suggested. He wants to make a reunion season type of thing where all the members come back. David Yost, bring back someone that can play Trini's daughter. Uh, what's her name? Amy Jo Johnson, David Frank, Walter Jones, and Austin St. John all to come back. But
Well, you're gonna have to pay Austin
Jason,
and
Jason, a
a
lot of
lot of
money.
money to get them to
Yeah.
agree to do it. I mean, to be fair, you're gonna have to pay Jason a lot of money because like Austin St. John doesn't care about the so-called feud. He doesn't really give a crap.
No, Austin doesn't care whatsoever. Jason David Frank does, and he makes it blatantly obvious that he cares more about their feud. And you should be let bygones be bygones. That's the way I see it,
Yeah.
right? Let bygones be bygones. Focus on one thing. Now he's
See,
even made this. Sorry, go
here's
on.
my problem with Jason Dave Frank and Tommy. Tommy, as it is in Mighty Morphin, is fine. I just I feel like I have more problem with Jason Dave Frank because he's not a bad person. He just has his head so far up his ass. It literally loops. It literally comes out the other end, loops around, then goes back in again. You know, it's so like he tries to make you know he's like I don't know. I mean, I get it. It's his only claim to fame. It's his like his thing that gets him money. But like, I don't know.
Here's my take with Jason David Frank. He's a money grabber. As soon as he's got the money, that's it. He's done. He's made a statement saying about Power Rangers. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna do more Power Rangers. I'm pretty much done with it. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna go on
Meanwhile,
show.
Austin St. John is literally an Iraq war veteran. Like, he was a medic either in Iraq and Afghanistan. Austin St. John is literally a real life hero. You know,
Yeah,
like
he's a paramedic.
I'm more. Yeah, also Patricia Lee is a paramedic as well. So it's like they're actual heroes, like real heroes. Like Austin St. John literally has saved lives. You know, like I got mad respect for that dude. You know, I don't know.
Mhm.
It's the same thing with Amy Jo Johnson with Jason David Frank. Well, it's like whenever Amy Jo has a project he's trying to fund, suddenly she remembers she's a Power Ranger fan, and then as soon as she gets the money, she disappears. And I've seen this happen 2 or 3 times. And it's, you know, like she suddenly, hey guys, remember me? I was a Power Ranger. You want to fund my project? And then it gets funded, and then she disappears again. Like she doesn't really interact with the fans on a big basis. Like this is why I love Johnny.
Who's that is, by the way? Who's that?
Amy Jo Johnson, Pink Ranger.
Oh yeah. She's not even heavily invested in the Power Rangers fan base at all.
I'd
She's
rather
not
meet
been-
Catherine Sutherland. She seems like a lovely person.
Catherine Sunderland actually is a really genuine person. She heavily is invested in the Power Rangers community. She does a show with a co-star Nakia Burais.
Nakia Burrise. Yeah, Nakia. Oh my
Yeah.
God, Nakia. She's so funny. Like every time I see her like doing stuff, she's so animated. She's so lively. Honestly, like she's the kind of person where I just want to have dinner with her and just like hear her stories. 'Cause,
Oh,
like
boy.
it would be a 5-hour dinner, and I would be laughing the entire time.
The funny thing is with them two is that they talk about Power Rangers Zero to Turbo, which is very
Yeah,
interesting.
that was their era. That was their era.
That's the era.
Because Catherine came in at the tail end of Mighty Morphin. She replaced Amy.
Yep.
And then she was all through Zeo and then halfway through Turbo. You know.
Yeah. And she's apparently they're still doing the rewatch of Zeo Turbo. They're still doing that, right?
Mhm.
And they've had guests on such as Austin St. John has come on as well. So that was pretty big in their
Yeah,
own
I'm sure
way.
I'm sure they'll get like Johnny Young Bosch on at some point. Maybe
Yeah,
even David.
Johnny Young Boss definitely will because of
Probably
he's a
Steve
VA.
Cardenas as well.
Steve, yeah, maybe Steve, yeah. Johnny Young
Steve, I have
Bosch
conflicted feelings about Steve because
he's
like
got loads
I'm not the biggest
of
fan of Rocky as a
time.
character. Like I'm not the biggest fan of Rocky as a
Same.
character, but like everything I've seen of Steve Cardenas, he seems like a really good guy.
Yeah, I mean, him as a person is great. But as a character, not my favorite. Not my
Yeah,
favorite.
I was never really a fan of Rocky, but like Steve Cardenas, all
I'm
the
sorry.
interviews, he seems like a really it's
He
cutting
got-
in and out. I'm sorry.
Jealous of Jay. I was gonna say that he got jealous of Rocky got jealous
Blake
of
Foster?
Jason, right? At
Oh,
beginning of Zeo, not Steve, Rocky was like the Blue Ranger. As soon as Jason was on the scene to become the Gold Ranger, he got very jealous of him,
huh.
big time.
Two
Not
former Red Rangers.
Not the actor. Yeah, not the actor, but the character.
Okay.
So that's something
Huh.
interesting there. Plus
I
that,
still think
plus,
Billy should have been the Gold Ranger. I still think that they should have done
no,
that.
it
but,
wouldn't have
you know,
made
whatever.
it wouldn't have made any sense for him to be the Gold Ranger anyway.
Why not?
People demanded for Austin to be back. That's how big of a name he was.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Austin was great as the Gold Ranger. I got no problem with it, but I feel like thematically, you know, Billy should have been it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a Blue Ranger fanboy, so like, you know, I got to defend myself.
Yeah, I know. When people are fanboying, they're like, yeah, I get that totally. So, like I said, the reason was because Austin was such a popular character after he left the show.
Mhm.
they offered him a contract to be in Zeo, and then also to be a kind of bad guy in the Turbo movie, which
Yeah,
he
they did
signed
that
up
with
on.
him and Amy. That actually
Yeah,
was an interesting little bit in Turbo. Like I actually thought that kind of made the movie a little bit more interesting.
yeah,
So what's your opinion on like
definitely
Blake
did.
Foster, the kid Turbo Ranger? Like honestly, looking back on a lot of his stuff, it actually really wasn't that bad. Like I feel like,
No, it
especially when you
wasn't
get to In
bad.
Space, it's really the writing. Like
Mhm,
his acting, I think was fine. It's really the writing that got him. Because like if you look at True Blue the Rescue, where the Blue Ranger was in Space, and he was under the
mhm,
In Space writers, he was a lot better in Space. Like I actually enjoyed that episode. I like that episode.
mhm. But it's like I said, I think he's a great actor. I mean, he had martial arts background as well, mind you.
Yeah. So you could do
That's something.
you do the like you could actually do the physical portions.
Yeah, that's why he was cast as the Blue Ranger on Power Rangers Turbo, and then even now to this day, he even says he has some martial arts background.
I want him to come back so freaking bad for like a crossover episode as like the adult ranger. I want that so freaking bad. Could just have him come back and be all badass and just like be a part of the team. That would make me so happy.
Hmm.
Because narratively he draws his power from that car now, so he become the ranger anytime he wants.
Yeah, yep. He can be
Yeah,
whatever he
I think
wants.
it's Storm Chaser. It's the same reason with the Red Turbo Ranger with Lightning Cruiser.
The only problem is, will he come back? And I think it's because he's got a son of his own. It's a bit hard to juggle that around.
Yeah, I think if because like the Flying New Zealand portion, I think the only way they would do it is if they brought the son along too and make it kind of like a 2 week vacation or something. Like I can see that working.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'd like Blake to come back. Just I mean, his redemption was True Blue the Rescue, but I just want to see him like as an adult ranger and realize, oh, this is actually kind of a cool character.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, what actors do you want to see return like for like a kind of like crossover episode?
Well, obviously, I want Austin St. John to come back. That's what I really want. Austin to come
Come
back.
back
I would
again.
love. Yeah,
He came back for Beast
like
Morphers.
yeah, but that was like what 3 years ago. But like an actual full season. I'm talking about a full season type of thing. Like as a
Oh,
veteran
so
ranger.
like a mentor kind of
Like
thing, like Down of Thunder.
no, not like Dino Thunder. As one of the veteran rangers of all the rangers, but he is still the Red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Hmm. Yeah, because I think I don't know. It's like when it comes to like if they still have their powers, some of them it's iffy, some of them it's because like with Mighty
I mean,
Morphin, some of
mhm,
I'm trying to think here.
go on.
Johnny definitely. I'm trying to think. Adam definitely has his Mighty Morpher thing because like the Sentinel of Night basically restored it,
Yeah.
so he definitely still has his powers. I thought Jason still had his because red, but apparently by the time of the Beast Morphers, I guess he didn't have it, so I'm kind of confused on that one.
I
And
can clarify that for you.
my head canon is that Billy eventually fixed his morpher using the Aquarian tech, and then used that to fix the other ones. That's kind of my head canon.
My take is from the comics where Jason was able to get the power coin from Lord Zed. I remember
Huh.
that there was a comic around Lord Zed and Jason, and him getting the power through that. That's why he
Yeah.
sounded much like a badass in Forever Red compared to
Oh
his
yeah,
normal,
yeah. I
stand.
think I think I think the writer of the episode. I think as like the copycat Rangers that Lord Zed made. I think like he actually used that coin. I think that was actually the explanation.
Yeah. So if you think about it, makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And as well, Austin knows like his fan base is really into his stuff he does, like whether it's Power Rangers or not.
Mhm.
So, and the fact is, he's like, I would love to see him return. I'd love to see him as a vet, one of those old time Rangers, to be
I want to see
there for the
Adam
full
come back
season.
with his own Master Morpher.
I don't think that will happen because, um,
Well, logistically, he does deserve one because he has Money Morphin, Zeo, and Turbo. You know, he
no,
has
no,
three
no, you don't
different
understand
power
what I mean.
sets.
I don't think Adam will come back though, because, will come back because the fact is his timing conflicts with his voice acting stuff because he does the
Yeah.
anime shows. That's stuff that
Oh, I
Johnny Hong
know.
Bosch does. He does anime. He's Broly in the Dragon Ball
He's
Z game,
every
and
anime voice ever. He's in every
yeah,
anime. Like
he's in
he's
every
like
anime
default anime
literally.
voice. He's default male anime voice number one.
Yeah, basically he's in every big thing now, and
Yeah.
he hasn't
I
got
mean, good
time
for
for
him.
Power Rangers. But I
Yeah.
think you know who would definitely I would love to see come back, Catherine Sunderland. I would love to her
Yeah.
for her
That.
to come back
Wait, she
to
did
get
come back.
her.
She did come. She did come back for the Ninja Steel team up.
Yeah, but that was only like a
Uh,
one-off episode, like a
yeah.
one-off
I mean,
thing. But
honestly, for a lot of these
she,
kind of things, that's the best you're gonna get is one-off episodes.
but they got royally screwed over, especially Catherine Sunderland and uh, some of the other actors got royally screwed over in these team up episodes compared to like let's say
Well,
Forever Red, compared to like let's say Forever Red, where they didn't get screwed over. A lot of choreography, there's a lot of action, and it made a lot of sense.
Well, here's the thing about Forever Red. By the time of Forever Red, Power Rangers was a union show. I think by like Lightspeed Time Force, it was a union show. That's why for Time Force you had actually a lot better quality actors because by that point it was a union show.
Mhm.
But when Disney bought it
But at the
out,
same time, Disney bought out Saban in 2002, round about the
yeah.
time when Wild Force was still shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we got very lucky with with that season, right?
Yeah.
Whereas after seasons after that, there was still choreography there, but there was no team up episode. There was
Yeah,
no
basically, Disney era is pronounced by what the fandom calls Cal explosions. You
yeah.
know, like you're
The
familiar with
only
that term.
yeah
You know, for the people who don't know, Cal explosions are named after Greg Callis, who is like the producer of like a lot of those seasons. And like if you watch a lot of the Disney era shows, there's a frick ton of pyrotechnics and a lot of explosions and whatnot. I mean, there's always explosions, but like it jumped up to 11 under him, and so that's kind of how it came with that.
you see Jonathan Tuzar, who's the producer up to um let's say Wild Force, knew every season how to make the show great. After
And
that,
Wild Force really had some issues. Well,
no no
funny
no
thing
no no
about Wild Force is
no
Wild Force was technically a Disney season, but it was still MMPR production. The problem they had with Wild Force was they stuck. It's the same problem that Samurai eventually had, which also was produced by Jonathan. Is they had such a rigid. They stuck to the Sentai so much. Like for Wild Force, they even had it directed by some of the Japanese directors. It was so they stuck so close in Samurai that they actually credit the original Japanese writers in the scripts of the original stuff. Because if you watch Samurai and then you watch Samurai Shentai Shinkenger, it's almost 1-1.
yeah. But here's the thing: there was a lot of unmorphed scenes from season 1 to season 10, whereas
Mm-hmm.
in the Disney era, not so much. Not so much. I think there was a lot of Sentai footage used in the Disney era, a lot of it. Um, and the
Well,
only
the thing
really
is, Well, that's
Sorry,
the whole point of licensing a Sentai. But yeah, I think the big kind of market quality is how much suit fights do they film themselves, because like they've only really filmed mecha fights on their own a couple of times, but like filming their own suit fights is really kind of how they do it.
hmm
Sorry, I'm kind of talking over you a lot.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's been a while since I kind of engaged that portion of my brain. Like all that knowledge has kind of been it's like it's kind of like creaking open because like it's been kind of tucked in the chest for a while.
So I was gonna bring this up. I think, uh, I think that the way things are going, um, I'm really excited for the way the future where Power Rangers should be going. Um, I think maybe more games is needed though. I think Power Rangers game, DC games is a must.
Yeah.
Power Rangers and DC need to have games out.
You know what?
You
I'm trying
lost
to
the
think of
train of thought.
what kind of Pioneer.
You've lost the train of thought, haven't you?
Well, I was listening to you. I was letting you talk. So, um, but I'm trying to switch tracks right now because you're talking about Pioneer games. Like, a lot of those Pioneer games were actually pretty good. One of my favorites is Mighty Morphin Pioneer, the movie for Sega Genesis. That game's a lot of fun. But like, outside of beat 'em ups and fighters, like,
hmm
what can you do with Power Rangers? Like, it doesn't
I
really
mean,
lend itself to.
there was a Power Rangers game in development. There was a Power Rangers game in development that did get cancelled,
Hmm.
and it was going to be similar to Gotham Knights. Did you know that?
Yeah, I don't really. Power Rangers doesn't really have much vertical traversal options. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
I can maybe see them
yeah,
doing a Mushu style game, like a um, Power Ranger Warriors kind of thing. Like Hyrule Warriors, Dynasty
yeah.
Warriors, because they did that with Kamen Rider. They did Kamen Rider Battle Ride War. They actually was a series for a little bit, and I could definitely see them doing that with Power Rangers. Like, imagine like Power Rangers Shattered Grid, but with like a Dynasty Warriors format style game. That actually would work pretty good.
Here's some really in depth about the cancel game though. We were going to get Mighty Morphin, we were going to get Zeo, we were going to get Alien Rangers, uh, we were going to get different seasons in that game essentially, and it was going to be similar to the way Gotham Knights is in terms of how the play style is, but it just didn't pan out because Saban got bought out and by Hasbro, and Hasbro just didn't like the idea whatsoever.
Yeah, I feel like Hasbro really hasn't kicked their Power Ranger plans into high gear yet, because like they only really bought it a few years ago, and they're kind of starting from scratch. So it's like, I feel like Power Rangers is in good hands with Hasbro, because like Hasbro knows what to do with those types of properties. I can't wait for a Power Rangers Transformers crossover. That's going to be really cool. Imagine Optimus Prime versus Megazord.
But you know what would be a really cool game? A
What?
DC and Power Rangers crossover.
What style of game?
It would be like the crossover cartoon, right? Not cartoon,
I mean,
crossover
what
comic.
style game? Are you talking
It,
are you talking fighting? Are you talking
no,
brawler? Like what
no, not
genre?
brawler, not fighting. It's like an open world game type of thing, but the Justice League and the Power Rangers meet up for the first time.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to envision it. I can't really see that working. Um, I'm sorry. It's just like
No, I get it. But yeah,
because
I think we've got like after there's not been any content for Battle for the Grid, and Battle for the Grid is essentially a sequel to Shattered Dimensions.
so I just had an idea. So
hmm
since Power Rangers is so episodic, what if you had a semi-open world game? So imagine you had Angel Grove and some surrounding areas. Like the gameplay is level based, but in between levels, you can explore Angel Grove, like kind of save people, maybe beat up some putties or whatever. You just kind of play around a little bit. But then you do each level is basically an episode from the show, and you can actually go through that way, but it's like the same area, same Angel Grove and whatever. Because like Power Rangers use the same scenes over and over again. So like you can actually get away with like using less areas. So like something like that actually might work.
Yeah.
Like I could actually see a game like, and like in between the levels, you can actually explore Angel Grove on your own. Like go to different places, and like you can either do it on foot, or like you can actually like ride like the motorcycles, or depending how big it is, like the Zords and whatnot, or I could even see like a 2-player battle mode, kind of thing. 2 people battling in like Power Rangers, or like co-op obviously would work great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be
Well,
that would actually make a really cool game.
But we'll have to see. But yeah, that's what I think about Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Should we talk about a bit of DC Games news?
All right, what you got for me?
So Gotham Knights, right? They showed off open world gameplay, and
Right.
the map is that big, guys. It's much bigger than any Arkham game combined.
Oh wow, that's pretty big news.
Yeah, it's much bigger. So you got New Gotham, Old Gotham. You've got like basically what we got in Arkham Knight mixed together with Arkham Origins and Arkham City. Plus, there's the
Right.
the levels underneath the city. There's hidden passageways.
You kind of froze there, Palladium. Alrighty. While we wait for him, man, the internet. If I had one thing to say to the internet, it would just be.
All right, everyone, chill.
Oh, and he is gone. Kind of give him a few minutes to come back now. You hear? If not, I mean, we've been going for 48 minutes. Might kind of end it here. But yeah. Yeah. So. Okay. I bet the lady is be alive.
I regret nothing!
Okay, and one awkward segue later. Welcome back, brother.
Yeah, my internet decided to take a deep shitter, basically.
Oh, always during the important parts, always.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, Gotham Knights will have secret passageways that we get to explore.
Nice.
And it's right underneath all the buildings and everything. So like that will explore the Quarters of Owls sections and all of that. There's 5 founding members, right? 5 founding Gotham members. The Waynes, Cobblepots, the Elliots, the Arkhams, and who else? I can't remember the 5th, but I know there was a 5th one there as well.
Wayne's, Cobblepots, Arkham's, the Greys.
No, I can't remember what the 5th one is off by heart, but
Because I remember for the one thing with the Court of Owls was one of the big families a poor person impregnated one of the daughters, and it was the Grey Sun, which was like a Talon. Like that's actually one of the parts of the lore that I really like, where Dick Grayson was supposed to become a Talon, or Dick Grayson himself is actually part of a lineage. I always thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so what else you got for me?
Oh yeah, that's right. Some DC, in terms of DC, what they're gonna be is gonna be Gamescom, and WB Games is gonna be there, and expect some more DC games. Not only Gotham Knights, but maybe Suicide Squad, maybe the Wonder Woman game. That is gonna be on the cards at Gamescom.
Do you think we'll get any like surprise reveals?
Uh, no, that's all safe for like VGAs and E3.
Okay. Well, I got some stuff to show off actually.
Go on.
Got some special announcements to make. So, as of today, pencils for Screecher are finished. Inks will be not too far behind. Just kind of showing off some pencils here, you know. And then, yeah, so Screecher's got going good.
Nice.
You know, I should have some cover work to show off here in the next 2 weeks. You know, that's kind of in the mix, and whatnot. But yeah, so should have color work and also the cards for Torrent Samurai are currently being printed. They should be done next week. I should have them probably late next week, which means the week after that I'll actually be shipping out the last of the books. So things are going along really, really good here. But I think that's a good enough show for now. I figure we can kind of wrap it up. Anything you want to say? Kind of final words.
Yeah, if you aren't following me on Twitter, YouTube, or on Twitch,
You really should be.
you guys should be. If you need a link to those, I will give you them right now,
Okay.
and you guys can follow me there, and it'd be cool for you to check me out. I cover DC games and slowly transition into movies. Uh, like I said, it's a it's a great time to be a DC fan.
Yeah, especially with all the stuff with Zavlov going on.
Yeah, like I cover things DC movies, TV show. Sorry.
So his Twitter is on the screen right now, and then that is his YouTube, and he just sent me his Twitch. So let me kind of get that on the screen for people.
And also, I do a podcast which is called Inside the Multiverse, a DC Comics podcast, and that is a Nick will be a part of that as well. Nick and Jared, both of them will be taking part in that podcast.
Oh, speaking of Jared, I will be on a show tomorrow. Are you going to be on a show tomorrow as well?
Tomorrow evening?
Yeah.
Possibly, yes. Possibly. Depends.
Yeah, he was talking with me about doing like a DC trivia kind of thing, so it should be fun.
Possibly. I mean, I thought he was going to do a rewatch or something.
I think we're filming that Sunday, which I still need to actually watch Man of Steel, but I still have like a day or so I'm good.
Yeah, I'm probably going to watch it tomorrow because I'll have free time after the podcast.
For sure.
Because like the podcast, what I'm doing, guys, is that tomorrow on my Twitch page, if you want the unedited version of the podcast, it'll be live on my Twitch page, and it will be myself and my co-host DC Comics Gamer, where we cover WBD's 10-year plan, Gotham Knights, Gamescom's like sort of predictions, and also the DC TV shows which got cancelled, like Titans and Doom Patrol, are not getting another season. So we'll be talking about that.
So will Titans? I know Titans is like deep into like their fourth season. Do you think they'll
Renew.
Do you think they'll get that 4th season, or do you think they'll just cut it?
No, I think that's done. I think it's done. They're not going to release it.
Well, that makes me sad, but it is what it is.
I mean, don't forget WBD are cutting cost and a lot of things these days.
Yeah. But anyway, so thank you everyone who tuned in, and anyone who watches on the back end. I really appreciate you guys. So this has been Nick from the Phoenix Press, and remember, I can only show you the door. You're the one who has to walk through it.